How's Antonio Hamilton doing, Kliff?
We'll see. Kind of day to day at this point. I'm not sure. I think tomorrow's a big day to see if he'll be ready to go.
If he can't, does that mean Christian might end up being a starter?
Yeah, he'd definitely get a lot more work, and then just kind of figure it out from there. But he's progressed a lot since training camp, and I'm excited to see if he gets that opportunity to get a few more snaps, how he handles it.
What was back out there? How's he looking?
Good. Hasn't really gone full throttle against anybody yet, but he feels great. His strength is there, and he moved around really well. Conditioning seemed great, so I know he's excited to play this week.
Since you're really the only person we have access to, but do you want to comment on Sean's arbitration claim?
I was just briefed by Mark, and so he said we put out a statement. I'll just leave it at that.
How have you just dealt with everything? I know we've asked this, but more stuff keeps happening. As a coach, how do you get your head around it?
Yeah, you just try to stay focused and focus on what you can control, and that's the work and the players, and that's it. You got to compartmentalize when you show up and be a professional and continue to try to win games.
Do you bring it home with you?
I don't. Yeah, it is at times, but I try to just, when I'm at home, just try to detach and focus on me, and when I'm here, make sure that everybody's in a good space.
Do you really show up to work at 3:15 every day?
I mean, you can come check for a week if you want to. You can wait out there.
Kind of in the Hard Knocks, you kind of bared your feelings, obviously, to the team after the game with, trusting guys and all that. So how do you separate? And you mentioned they work hard, and all that, but then in the game, just stuff happens. How does is there a separation there, really, in terms of the two issues?
I think it's one of those things that sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and the only way I know to get it turned the other way is to work harder and stay focused and stick together. And I think our guys understand that. And like I have said all along, that hasn't been an issue as far as effort, professionalism, things of that nature. We just critical moments, we got to find a way to get it done. And so far, for whatever reason, it hasn't clicked when we needed it to click.
It seemed like you were all more emotional after that game, we're going to hold everyone accountable type of things. Has it been building? Is that something that's kind of triggered after that game?
I think it's just a matter of watching week in, week out, kind of the same things happening in crucial moments. And we had 2 illegal shifts on huge gains, which is, that's, basic football 101. It can't happen. And especially against a team like the Patriots, which that was the message this week. Hey, they're going to take advantage of every mistake. I'm sure Bill showed them a whole cut up before the game of illegal shifts that we had and had them dialed into it. And then we fell right into the trap. So it was more just, hey, we had talked about these things. We've got to get it cleaned up this last month and play better.
With Trey, obviously you were thinking he was going to play this year, but maybe not as much as he is now. What kind of progress has he made since Zach got hurt? Because it seemed like early on there was a little bumps in the road as he was trying to get used to that role.
Yeah, and there still will be, but it's expedited his progress, there's no doubt. You can see him playing faster, particularly when his running routes, knowing what to do, the blocking stuff, protections, run game. That's going to take some time, but he's game to do it. He's a physical player, but I've really been impressed with how the game slowed down for him so far, and hopefully he continues to take strides through the end of this thing.
Coach, what feels different without Steve Keim around and working with the guys that have taken over for him?
Yeah, I have a great appreciation for Steve, as you guys know, and always will. And, with Adrian and Q, it's been the same. We've had a great relationship since they've been here, and we all want to do the best for this organization. And so it'll be, good communication moving forward with us 3.
What was your reaction when you found out that he was stepping away from the team and shaking things up in that sense?
Yeah, disappointed, like I said, for him, just knowing that, as you know, the appreciation I have for him and him giving me this opportunity and the love and respect I'll always have for him. It's not easy.
You've been obviously a head coach for a minute now here and at Texas Tech.
10 years.
Yeah, right.
Feels like 100.
Years, I think, people think that, head coaches are all-knowing and in control of everything. would they be surprised how much is not in your control? You know what I mean? Or that things just happen and it's how you're, like, how have you dealt with it? How's that different than college?
You know, in college, there's just so many. There's 120 players and all, 18 through 22, a lot of staff, a lot of different things of that nature. So it's a daily occurrence. Your schedule's full, and your misses and your skipped weights and all these things are full, and so it is not as much kind of real life, I'd say, as this feels like. When there's an issue here, it's usually a real life issue. These are grown men, professionals, and so it feels a little bit heavier, but it's also kind of out of your control. I think in college it feels like they're yours. You brought them from their homes. You convinced their parents for them to come play with you, and so it's kind of more of a family deal. So when things happen here, it does feel a little bit more out of your control because each person has their own life and their own setup and their own family to take care of. And so I think that's the biggest difference I feel from college and the pros.
From that standpoint, which do you prefer?
Yeah.
How's Marquise feeling with the illness?
He's better. He came out today and kind of toughed it out, but I'm hoping the next 48 hours he'll feel better and can go full go on Sunday.
Kliff, thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.